morning, Miss Alexis, and I'm your teacher, as I mentioned in all the classes. Who else am I? You know, I'm your teacher. Today's class is very, very interesting because there's a lot of topics that we're going to watch today. But first of all, it's our 12th class, so good morning, as PewDiePie says. So, how was your week? Tell me. Tell me, how was your week? How do you feel? What do you know? What do you learn? Tell me everything of your week because this will count as participation from today's class.
My week was kinda bad. I had a lot of homework again, but this time I got internal global exams.
Yeah, I also hate global exams are very very boring and also there are a lot of subjects that are very very boring
Um,
and you have to like uh,
Unnecessary.
yeah.
It's I think it's more important the practice.
Okay, so who wants to participate?
My weekend was a kind of relaxed. At the same time, had to study, and that's it.
Okay, okay. Obviously not interesting at all because this is studying. Okay, yeah, Alejandro, you want to participate?
Yes, my week was very, very interesting.
Nice.
I did a lot of things.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Did you know that there's an Internet Day? Yes, it was yesterday, October 29 of 2021, obviously, because it's the current year. And what's your favorite thing to do on the internet? You can like, watch videos, play games. What is your favorite thing to do on the internet?
Take your classes, teacher.
Nice.
My favorite thing on internet is to watch and pay attention to Mr. Alexis lessons.
Nice, nice. So now we are on October 13. October 30. Today it's Halloween Eve, and our travel just begins, so enjoy the show. But what is Halloween? Halloween it's a celebration, a holiday, okay? On today's presentation, we're going to talk about Halloween, what is Halloween, and the vocabulary of Halloween. Halloween things, this creepy stuff of monsters and those things. So let's get started. Now you're watching this incredible presentation called Halloween Vocabulary. This is where your nightmare begins, okay?
Teacher, I have a question about vocabulary. Some questions of vocabulary. Well, first, how do you say dulce in English?
Well,
In Halloween, people eat dulces.
yeah, there is the American English and the British English. In the American English, the dulce is candy, and on the British English is sweet. In American English, sweet is to refer to the flavor of a candy. The candies are sweet. First of all, someone can help me to read this?
Me, teacher.
Okay, Arnoldo.
Okay. Halloween is a holiday celebrated each year on October 31. The tradition originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. In the 8th century, people Gregory III designed November 1st as a time to honor All Saints. So on All Saints Day incorporates some of the traditions of Samhain. The evening before has known as All Hallows Eve and later Halloween. Over time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick or treating, carving jack of all lanterns, festive gatherings, clothing costumes, and eating treats. Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain. The Celts, who lived 2000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and modern France, celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of of year that was often associated with human death. Cells believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrate Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth.
Okay, yeah, this is very, very interesting because the Halloween has such deep story because there is a lot of versions of the story, and one of the versions of the story it's on the next slide because it's not the story, it's the story of a character of the Halloween. So yeah, someone can help me to participate.
Me teacher,
Okay,
Jack
Alejandro.
O' Lantern. It is the term we use when referring to a pumpkin with a candle inside. Pumpkin lamp. The story says that Jack was someone very despicable, and one day the devil came from his soul, but he deceived him, causing that when the devil caught him, his punishment will be to be a pumpkin for all eternity.
Yeah, the pumpkin lamp, that is wrong called pumpkin lamp, is actually jack-o'-lantern. It's a pumpkin with a candle inside, and that's what we call jack-o'-lantern. And it's jack-o'-lantern because Jack was someone very, very despicable, and one day the devil came for his soul. He escaped from the devil punishment, so the punishment increased, and now his punishment is to be a pumpkin for all eternity. So yeah, Jack o' Lantern is something that has a story. A pumpkin with a candle inside. You thought that a pumpkin with a candle inside would have a history? That's very, very interesting. Now, a mummy. Someone wants to read?
Mummy. It was a term used in ancient Egypt. It was a body of a human being or animal that has been ceremonially preserved by removal of the external internal organs. Treatment with natron and resin and wrapping in bandages.
Yeah, okay. Since the mummy exists in the real life, now as the movie said, like the mummies will start to walk and attack the people. No, it was like just like ceremonial things to preserve the bodies, to have the memory of a king, an emperor, and those things. In this case, it's about ancient Egypt, so it's about an emperor. So yeah, it's about this. And
Teacher, I have a question.
okay, Arnoldo.
The mummies that fight with the wrestler Santo
Yeah,
in the
the
movie.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah,
Santo
yeah,
contra las
yeah.
momias.
They were
Yeah, they were.
okay.
They were like there's a lot of I don't know why, but Mexico there was a time in the época dorada del cine mexicano that the monsters of the classic monsters of the Halloween were like very very used on movies like Capulina versus contra los monstruos, Capulina contra las momias, Capulina contra los vampiros, El Santo contra los vampiros, El Santo contra las
Yeah,
momias.
and the most interesting of that is that all the monsters by Mexican culture.
Yeah, like the monsters used, like the suits and those things were very very bad. But it's something very very classic on our culture. What do
It's
you
why.
prefer? What do you prefer? Like El Santo contra las momias movie or No Manches Frida? I would prefer Santo contra las momias.
Yeah, me too.
No,
The
just
Pedro Infante movies are also pretty good.
yeah, the Brave Phantom movie is also pretty good. Also,
And
I
with the
think
comics, I like too much one called Kaliman.
nice, nice. Okay, well,
Teacher,
uh-huh.
I gotta leave the meeting because I got an extracurricular activity to do.
Okay, don't worry, Christopher. See you next class and take
Bye.
care. Bye. See
Yes.
ya.
See you.
Yeah. Well, a ghost. A ghost is an apparition of a dead person which is believed to appear or become manifest to the living, typically as a nebulous image. This is very, very cliche because there are like nebulous image, like this form over here, like Casper, They are transparent. There are two types of ghosts, like the body of that person, like the actual body, or this kind of thing that is like a bag with two holes. But yeah, this very very this is like a ghost, something very very well known on the human history. And now werewolf. Someone wants to read this?
Samuel has to read.
Samuel, do you want to read?
Yes,
Next page.
werewolf is a person who changes for periods of time into a wolf, typically when there is a full moon or they are fictional as other Halloween monsters.
This is a werewolf, okay? This is a man that changed to a wolf, but with the body of a man, but with a lot of hair, the attacks of a wolf, the tooth of a wolf, the eyes of a wolf. All the things are characteristic things of the human, but as a wolf, and is a person who changed for periods of time into a wolf when there is like a full moon. And this is very very known on the Halloween story because in the beginning the things that you fear when it was like 1980 or something like that, it was like the werewolf, Frankenstein, Dracula, and a lot of things. And today they are very very like meh. They're not very very scary. Like yeah, they're not terrifying. So yeah, that's sad because there's a movie of the past that I like a lot. It's from 1920, I think. That is called Nosferatu. He appears with quotations because it's like a sketch of one scene, but he appears on the SpongeBob SquarePants of the chapter of the Sling Slasher. I think it was that. Like the episode was called Graveyard, yeah, Graveyard Shift or something like that. And yeah, Nosferatu appears on that episode, but it's a very very old movie about vampires, Dracula, and those things. It's called like the first one of the first Dracula designs of the human history on a movie, and the movie was a movie with not sounds. It was just with text, like a scene, and then the text, like the all typical old movies, as Chaplin movies and those things. Now, a scarecrow. A scarecrow is an object made to resemble a human figure, set up to scare birds away from a field where crops are grown. Yes, this is something very very interesting because in the past actually the people dressed like a scarecrow to drive away the crows because that was something very very common, like, oh, there's a lot of scarecrow and I'm like the poverty is something that exists, so people like couldn't like afford a scarecrow, so they instead of making one of basic things because this is something very very cheap to do nowadays, but in the past the easy way to have a scarecrow was literally you dress like a scarecrow and you start to driving away the crows, and that's something very very creepy. And talking about creepy, the term of creepy, someone can read, someone wants to read.
I can read.
Okay, yeah, you can.
Something that causes an unpleasant feelings of fear or unease.
Yeah, well, the creepy thing, it's something that we know very, very well nowadays because, something creepy. The terror from the nowadays terror is not like a strange figure, as I said before, Nosferatu and those things. The nowadays terror is more like psychological and taking human things and turning into like something very, very exaggerated. So yeah, something creepy. The term creepy change every day. So yeah, something can be creepy for you, something will not be creepy for me, and those things. It will depend on the person. And yeah, this is the term creepy, something that causes you an unpleasant feeling or unease. Okay, So now we're going to have a Kahoot. So enter to kahoot.it or just use the app to answer the following Kahoot. I'm going to share the screen of the Kahoot to start the game.
It's obligatory.
Yeah. Okay, there is the Kahoot. Scarecrow, yeah. As I mentioned before, the scarecrows drive away the crows. The scarecrow drives away the crows, okay? And as the image say, the scarecrows are on T-pose, okay? So let's watch the podium. The third place with 2 of 6 is Giving Gator.
Yeah, come
Second
on.
place is SIMP, and the first place is El Po. Okay, who's the El Po?
Me teacher, I win.
Okay,
Yay!
congratulations, Alejandro. You won 5 points. Congratulations. I'm going to write that on my notebook. So let's move on. Okay. The difficult question was this because it was multi-select. Okay. Thanks for this. And now, so now you have to do this activity. Write a story using all the vocabulary words seen in this presentation. Highlight the vocabulary words. Use at least 15 linkers, at least 200 words. You have 30 minutes to do this. 30 minutes, a half an hour. And you can come back 30 minutes after this. You can turn off your cameras. So yeah, you have 30 minutes to do this. See you in 30 minutes.
A few moments later.
So thanks for your attention for this topic, but this is not everything, okay? This is not all the topics from today. There's still more topics incoming, so don't move. This topic will be very, very interesting and it's very, very important to you because it's about the final project. So you will have 10 minutes of break. See you in 10 minutes.